she just woke up, but we're going to have Micah join us today as I get this little devotion out. I just posted on Facebook and I emailed out some to some of the parents about this verse I saw that Philip was using for this Sunday. And it's only one of the verses, so I'm not stealing his thunder too much. But I can't do that. But I started off with this story from my childhood where I mentioned my brother, and I was about to say his name, but he probably wouldn't want me to say his name, where my brother had these terrible nightmares. And it all stemmed from watching this scary movie when he was really little, and it messed him up pretty bad. For years and years and years, he would have these night terrors, and he would wake up screaming, and it'd be really hard to calm him down or to actually wake him up. And to try to remedy this, my mom would pick out these scriptures. And so when I saw the scripture that Philip had used, it resonated with me, because this is something that my mom would read to us when we were little, especially to my brother and the things he was going through. And the scripture is Philippians 4:8. It says, "And now, dear brothers and sisters, one final thing. Fix your thoughts on what is true and honorable and right and pure and lovely and admirable. Think about things that are excellent and worthy of praise. Keep putting into practice all that you've learned and received from me, everything you've heard from me and saw me doing. Then the God of peace will be with you." This is Philippians 4:8. It's pretty good. And what it's talking about is focusing on the things that bring light into the world instead of the things that bring darkness. So when my brother would have these night terrors and these nightmares, my mother would read the scripture over and over to him, and she would tell him, what you put in is what comes out. And so we would try to be a family. We would watch things that were encouraging and happy, and it was all to try to make the night terrors not as bad or not as frequent, and it worked. And we all don't have night terrors or big bad dreams in the middle of the night that we have to worry about, but we all have the issue of what we put in is what comes out. Especially at a time like this, you can think of the different things you put in. You maybe it be bad language or bad images you see, or what you watch on the TV or on the internet, or the people you hang around. The saying is actually garbage in, garbage out. And we shouldn't be too surprised if we keep putting garbage in, if we start getting bad results from our life. If we keep having the same inputs and keep putting the same things into our lifestyles, expecting a different outcome, that's pretty crazy, right? So during this whole thing we got going on with the COVID-19, the coronavirus, the Chinese virus, whatever you want to call it, it's important that we not let that become the center of our life. It shouldn't be the center of our reality. I know it's really hard to work around and live around something that's this big, and it actually impacts where we can go and what we can do and who we can see. But there's still some positive things in our lives. We all can, if we think hard enough, we can think about some of the good things that come out of it. For instance, with me, one of the good things is being able to see my family more. At least Heather and Micah, we get to see each other all the time. And it's very encouraging, very uplifting. I'm sure each one of you and your families can think of things that are very positive from your end as well. And see, we need to balance those scales. If you have so much negativity in your life, you're obviously going to produce a lot of negativity on the other end too. And so we have to make sure that we put as much positive inputs into our life as we have negative, hopefully more, so that the scales are tipped on the positive side. Now, sometimes you can't avoid negativity. Sometimes negative things come into your life through no fault of your own. But you don't want to be the person that volunteers the negative things. You don't want to be the person who goes around looking for the bad. You know, that doesn't sound smart at all. And we're supposed to be seekers of the truth, seekers of the light. And if we're not doing that, all we're going to have is negativity. And it's hard to be witnesses for God and for Christ and to show the world the light and that there is hope if all we have is negativity. Right? We got to stay positive, be encouraging. And the only way you can do that is by having positive influences in your life, by cutting out all the garbage, because what goes in is what comes out. Garbage in, garbage out. I hope everyone's doing good. I hope everyone's being safe, keeping their social distancing up. And if you need to talk to somebody, please feel free to call me, talk to me. And, we're all going to get through this together. And there's a lot of positivity in the world around you. You might not can see it right now, but you need to look for it. Make sure you focus on those things that are bright and not the things of the darkness. All right. Let me know if you need someone to talk to. Have a good one.